Multi-point body inspection recap. 16 September 2024. So it's Monday, 16 September 2024. I'm gearing up for a dentist appointment on Thursday. So here we go. I'm going to recap my Monday, 16 September 2024 multi-point body inspection. And this is a self-examination to assess any problems / potential problems in my running training and is inspired by multi-point inspections of my car, a 2010 Toyota Corolla LE silver color. I've been an owner of it starting in 2015 and ongoing. And yeah, we'll see if I can get another one of these in before the dentist appointment and then do like a dental recap. It's like, 4 of these and then how did I do? Like, did I make it? Did I pass or fail? No root canal or worse, and I passed. That's my standard there. Okay. And who am I? I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. Of Italy. Of Norway. Of United States of America. Of Bergen. Of Hungary. Of Russia. Of Scotland. Of Ireland. Of England. Leon goes, of France. Ribbit, ribbit. Okay. And Bear forgot something. I have a tendency to do that. Am I digressing? No, I'm thinking I'm perhaps too hard. Okay. I apologize for those I'm missing. Alright, overall summary. Waist down, all clear. Yep. Waist to collarbone. So I'm on PMS in my belly button to pelvic bone, bottom of pelvic bone gets bloated. So the lower stomach, it's firm when I'm on PMS and when I'm menstruating. So that has settled in. So it's yeah. But if you're not a woman, you didn't know that. It's pretty common, but yeah. I don't know if I've ever had a period where that didn't happen. Collarbone, be this, and above. Oh, wait, actually, the waist to collarbone, my boobies are bigger. Sometimes they get bigger when I'm menstruating. Like the PMS leading up to menstruation, and then they deflate when I'm menstruating. Not always, but yeah, it's part of that checking. Okay, collarbone and above. I have a few canker sores in my mouth, and they're by a couple of the teeth that I've mentioned previously in these multi-point body inspections, and I'm just really. Please just clear up before I go to the dentist. So, there we go. Problem areas. None. Potential problem areas. Sometimes if my period is late, the water retention in certain areas can become very much a mental kind of please just start menstruating. I want my water retention to go down because my body retains a bunch of water weight. And it's I'll pee, 3 times as much because in addition to all of the fluids I'm drinking in a day, I'm peeing water out that I retain during PMS. So I get more and more like a balloon. So I eventually reach a point where I'm just please just start. So it's not really a problem area, but there are sometimes periods can just be just start, please. So, and that's more of it's a physical thing, but it's also a mental please, my female body, please. And it's just and Leon goes ribbit, 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 and Cristiano goes, and I go, you are such a warrior ferret. All right, and that's still potential problem areas? Okay. Next category, mental / cognitive correlation. I have at least one listen to all of the songs in my in my iTunes library added in the past 5 years. I typically sort my songs by date added on my computer. Yeah, so I went through. I was like, I've listened to like most of the songs in my library. I think I have a few thousand songs. Let me control, and let's see. I have over 2,000 songs in my iTunes library, and I had like 80 something when I checked today. That had like, or like 80 that had like, I needed at least one listen to, and I've listened to them a bunch, but like on this computer, like when I got this computer, like I updated stuff on this, but because my previous computer had multiple of my like handheld devices, it had, and I only backed up like one device to this new computer, the counts were off, and I was like, I listened to this song so much and it says no listens, and I was like, I'm not gonna listen to this just because iTunes won't import all of my listening history all the time. Okay, so I'm working through that now, and I'm like, oh, I do love this song. No, this one is a favorite. So it's but I'm like, I'm working through that, and I'm down to like, I have 42 left to listen through once, and I'm being good. I'm actually like listening to them all the way through, and that for me does matter. Little things like that can like, tug at the brain, and that used to way back when I was like, but I don't want to give them that listen just because they want that listen. Like I'm fighting Apple through mine with songs I have not listened to. So I'm growing up, and I'm listening to them. So I have all of the remaining songs I needed to listen to at least once are all in 2017, and it's part of a clump where I was just like going through hell in academia, and I decided to preserve that hell by buying a bunch of Christmas music and then not listening to all of it. I was like, that way when I scroll through my iTunes library, I can see the gaps in number of listens or number of plays or whatever they call it. I was like, I can see the gap, and the impediment on that beautiful column of numbers is like how I was impeded in my academic career. And I'm like listening to it, and I'm scrolling through it, and I'm like, if that comes through loud and clear, 2017 version of myself. So it's quite, I'm just like, oh my gosh. And so I'm like, and I have like these occasional recordings where I'm like, but what I say is so complex, and yet these words cannot hold it, like kind of thing, right? And I'm just like, I love the version of me that actually thought to put that in a voice memo and call it reading, because I was like, if anybody ever eavesdrops on this voice note, the joke's on them because I didn't write it down. So like, I'm like going through this stuff, and I'll be like, yeah, or it'll be like a song and I'll remember importing it to iTunes, and I'll remember the reaction of like, you did not just import this and not import my number of plays. iTunes, Apple, why? I'm not giving you that pleasure. And that song will have been from like 2011 or 2012, and I still haven't listened to it. I'm like, well, I got back to it 13 years later. So yeah, I'm releasing some of that, like, that stuff that you just like, sometimes it boils up, and this is the opposite of it boiling up. Me getting on top of it before it boils up. And that matters for like mental / cognitive correlations with like the physical, like, because I found that clearing that stuff is like weight lifted, and like I can physically do better. So yeah, so I'm bringing that up here. In conclusion, I still have 42 songs to go. So there we go. That's my multi-point body inspection recap from today, Monday, 16th September 2024. And I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. Ribbit.